Put a candle in the window, 'cause I feel I've got to move. Yeah, I'm gone, I ain't coming home yet. As long as I can see the light, as long as I can see the light, beg my bags, gotta get on the move. 'Cause I feel alone. Yeah, I'm gone, ain't coming home. As long as I can see the light, as long as I can see the light, as long as I can see the light. What's up, everybody?
Hello. Look, we have our guest already, everybody. There's Ms. Goose. We don't know where Chelsea is, but Chelsea will be back with us eventually here. She has the link. So how you doing, Leanne? Oh, I don't think her audio's on. I'm going to remove her from this until we figure that out. So how's it going, bro?
Good. It's going good. It's been a busy time here. It's great to see so many things happening in our community. A big shout out to the Four Winds market and music fest that happened over the weekend there in Calgary. It's nice to see stuff like that happening. There was some obstacles that were happening at first with some people that weren't agreeing with the event because it had ties to the MMIW stuff, and there was some confusion there, and some people were hating on the event, and it's just nice to see that it happened. In the end, it's about bringing people together and being together, and it's nice to see that. And as long as you can get over that confusion and make something happen and bring people together, because that's what I believe that these events are for. Is it's not so much about making the money or any of those things. It's about coming together and doing your thing. So I've seen so many awesome events happen here in Edmonton, and quite funny that a lot of the crew that made that stuff happen there in Treaty 7 were from Edmonton here. So big shout out to all the Edmonton people that went and represented, and also the Treaty 7 people as well that came to show up and support. And I just really hope to see more events happen that way, and more of us brothers, more men that are putting on these events. And I hope to see that we can come together in the community and all support each other. Men supporting women and women supporting men at these events. I think it's important. We were talking about it, and a lot of people. I know 2 different people now that are interested in starting men's health walks and those type of things. So it's nice to see those things happening for sure.
I could definitely use a healthy walk. I hurt my foot last week, and I've been kind of immobile. So men's health, it's important when you're over 40, like you said, to keep up on your health. And I found out I've got some kind of a cyst in my foot. And
oh, geez.
I had to get an ultrasound today, and they're going to let me know what they decide they're going to do. I hope I have all my My mobility, that's, when you get older, you got to think about that, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna blame that keto diet of yours, but no, just kidding.
Well, that
Just
diet
kidding.
hasn't working too good. That's all I got to say. Leanne was here. I'm going to try and see if she's still here. I see her, but we didn't hear her. So let's try this again.
Maybe she's got it, yeah.
Are you there, Ms. Goose? No, I don't think she is.
We seen her, but we couldn't hear her.
Yeah, well, we'll wait for her to come back. I'll bring her right back out. I don't know where Chelsea is. But,
okay, so that was our guest though this week was Leanne.
Yes, that is Leanne. And while we're waiting, what I was going to do is Leanne recently released a new music video for her song War Cry just last week. So I have it queued up and I'm going to play it for everybody. And then I'll put the link to it in the comments after and you guys can check it out. We'll just all sit back and watch her new video and then hopefully she'll be good to go, or Chelsea will be here, or I'll sing a song, but we'll keep this thing moving forward. So let's check out Leanne's new video.
Watch as the moon and the sun collide over northern lights. Like Pablo Picasso painting the night across the open water. The roots give birth to the dancing leaves, whispering to each other. Our hearts are breaking as our mother grieves, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries. I only gave you one earth, one sky. You've got to share it. The ground burns, the heavens cry. You must repair it. Your children's lives are on the line. So raise your voice, it's time for us to unite. This is our war cry. This is our war cry. From the start of creation, she's given all things like sweet salvation. Let's take our wrongs and make it right. Material distractions, blinding our naked hearts from the truth, cause a chain reaction that steals the captive fate of our youth. And she cries, and she cries, and she cries. I only gave you one earth, one sky. You've got to share it. The ground burns, the heavens cry. You must prepare it. Your children's lives are on the line. So raise your voice, it's time for us to unite. This is our war cry. Let's come together, let's raise our voice tonight. This is our war cry. Let's come together, Let's raise our voice tonight. This is our war cry.
All right.
Woo, 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 woo.
Woo.
Whoa.
You got a little taste of Leanne's dad there in the background. So I did just text with Leanne, and her headset broke. She said 3 minutes. She's just grabbing a new one, and she'll be with us. So what'd you guys all think of her new video? Go check it out on YouTube. I put the link in the comments. Things that happened to me. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I seen that she tagged you as being somebody that was on site for the video, helping out. Can you tell us about what that experience was?
Yeah, it was cold. I gotta say, it was a cold day. She'll have to tell the story a little bit better. I think it was with the digital NWT people. She was doing a project with them, and that's how the video started for footage for that. And then the filmmaker just decided to make a music video for her.
Very cool. And you were helping part of the people doing the sighting or picking the spots or what?
I was helping the filmmaker just with lighting, with moving things around, with moving people if I had to or whatever, or just generally running things for him, just being his gal Friday.
Nice. Well, my personal take on the song is definitely it has an inspiring sound. I really love the keys at the beginning that brings the song in. And the lyrics are really, really cool too. I love how she talks about the sky and the earth and bringing it all together. And I connect to the song very much with the lyrics, and I love the singing in it as well. So very cool song there, Miss Leanne. And War Cry, pretty cool.
Yeah. So Leanne just is listening to us, and she just texted me some information about it. It's part of the Trapper radio series out of the Northern Arts and Cultural Center in Yellowknife, and the Trapper radio series film project was created in the middle of the pandemic as a unique project to feature the exceptional Northern talent. It shows 20 plus Northwest Territories artists in their local regions talking about their art, living through the pandemic, and sharing stories and music about their connections to the North and the land. So yeah, they did a whole bunch of different things here. I will have to try and put this in the comments. There is videos to watch, and there's a short film link here. Sorry, I'm trying to talk, and she's texting me, and her texts aren't really making sense right now to me. Anyways, we're gonna wait for her till she gets here to talk about that more, because I'm probably not making much sense. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll sing a song while we're waiting for Leanne.
Okay.
I was working on an album project, which I have brought to a close, and it's done now. I'm just getting in the phase where I'm going to get ready to promote it, put it out on online platforms, that type of thing. I still need to do cover art, that type of thing. So it'll still be probably May 1st is when I'm shooting to have it out. But this is one of the songs on there, and this song frustrated my guitar playing friends Russell Schott and Ian Rossiter, who both played on here, and they both swore while they were recording this song. I don't know why. It seems simple to me, but I didn't have to play those parts. But this song is called Couch Surfing, and the whole album has to deal with themes surrounding Indigenous homelessness.
Nice.
Here we go. Couch Surfing. It was a cold January, my first winter here in the city. I was crashing with family, a couple of cousins, and my auntie. I gave her my last dime for a place to stay. Her old man got drunk, he sent me on my way. Oh, I've seen better days, couch surfing. Hell, it never feels like home. Couch surfing, better sleep with one eye open. I wandered the streets alone with just a backpack and a dying cell phone. I called everyone I knew. My sister's ex finally came through. She said her house was full, but she'd make space. An old sofa bed in the garage was my new place. My momentary home base, couch surfing. Hell, it never feels like home. Couch surfing, better sleep with one eye open. Oh, it'd be much longer if we had lead breaks and stuff like that. But
Right
big
on,
shout
man.
out to my brother Bryce Ajikude, who played the drums on this album. Ian Rossiter, who played acoustic instruments like the mandolin, the banjo, and the acoustic guitar. Russell Schott played the electric guitars. Jared Sound played some piano parts. Chelsea Young did the backup vocals. I played the bass guitar, lots of rhythm guitars, and
I played the hand drum.
You played that is right. You did play the hand drum. Yeah, we had a whole group of people that pitched in, and I just appreciate all of you. All of you.
So what was the inspiration? I know you say it's about homelessness, but what brought you to that conclusion, and why are you doing an album that's focused on that?
Well, I spent the last 6 years working in Housing First in Edmonton, working frontline work with people experiencing homelessness. And just like some of the stats that I saw from Homeward Trust's website last month, oh, there's Leanne right there. We'll let her in. There are over 3,000 homeless people in Edmonton, and over 61% identify as First Nations people. So that's 61% of the homeless population in Edmonton is First Nations on their own traditional territory. Why is that? That's why I decided to explore those issues with this album. And we're going to try Leanne again. So watch out for my album, everybody.
All right.
Hello, Leanne.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
Good.
I'm so glad I get to see you guys. And hello, everyone listening and watching, joining us this evening.
Yes.
Well, it's great to have you here. We got a chance to check out the song. It wasn't our first time, but the video, and the lyrics in there. Tell us about how you came up with the idea of War Cry and all that.
Well, a few years back, I was on tour with Jared Sowen, and many of you know who he is, and he's like a brother to me. And my very good friend Jason Gordon of Studio 11 in Winnipeg. And we went up north to do a few dates. And while we were on this tour, we were just struck by the contrast. We were in the city in an urban setting, and it was air pollution and smoggy. And then we flew north, and things were beautiful and blue and green and clear skies and big sun and open decks with people, having barbecues and doing, at home things on the land. And we Jason opened up the computer, and the sound that the Apple computer makes. And all of a sudden I started humming this thing, and then it became this song. And I felt so moved by just the fact that we come from such a powerful place. The land feeds us and gives us everything that we need to survive. And what are we leaving behind for our future? So I want to thank Jason Gordon and Jared Sowen for their contributions. And we actually recorded that song in my living room in Inuvik, the instruments. And then we recorded the vocals on Shauna Spilchek's deck in Norman Wells while we were doing a show out there. It was so beautiful and quiet. And we just thought, maybe we should capture these nature sounds and just see what it sounds like. And that's how that song came to be. And we have some wonderful guest players on there, and I just want to say thank you as well, because, without those contributions from our community and people supporting one another, songs don't get made, and we need to see art happen.
Right.
No, totally. I I was totally feeling the lyrics, and I love the way you described the land and, the sky and everything. You can really picture, what you're saying in there, and how beautiful the land is, in that you come from. So, it's awesome to have you on here. We're all friends. We've all done shows together and, traveled, and, yourself and myself, for me, it was part of my first AMP camp at the time, where we met, and we had
That's right.
We had a house called Alberta House at the time. And
Back
it was,
in the
seemed
day.
seemed to be the biggest party house that was at the camp at the time. But
it was definitely the most lively, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. And, ever since then, our paths have crossed, and have always, loved your music and your style of writing. And, it's really, I love your how you describe what's around you when you're doing the song. So I really enjoy the song War Cry. I encourage all the people to go check it out. It's a song that makes sense for all of us, for sure.
Oh, thank you so much, bro. And I sure enjoy hanging out and jamming with you. You've got some great tracks coming out, and Trent is always being a great host and having a place for us to go and record, jam, play, mix, and mingle. So important to keep up, this family system here in our music community, because, the world is hard enough as it is on our own. So we might as well come together and just do the best that we can. Because, I miss you all. I miss everybody. I miss playing. I miss the stage. I miss the whole vibe and, the hang. And, it's always about the art of the hang too, right?
It totally is, yeah.
I was going to say, I saw this thing that I really liked, a commercial the other day, and it's to promote positive images for young girls. And it's like, if you see her, you can be her. So why don't you tell our listeners who you are, Leanne? Because you're not only a music artist, you do many different things in the community on many different levels. And I think it's very inspiring for our young Indigenous girls to hear what you do.
Well, as you know, my name is Leanne, and I come from the community of Inuvik. I was raised in Aklavik and Inuvik in the Beaufort Delta, and my family comes all the way from Ulahuktuk all the way up to the Arctic coast and down through Tulita and into the Sasu. And a lot of the things that I do now, I've earned a degree in arts and cultural management, another in professional communications, and working on another, my master's in community engagement, and developing my work for PhD studies. And so I work as a research assistant at the University of Alberta in the Masters of Communication Technology program as a research assistant. I also spend time as a master's student in the School of Public Health and studying community engagement. I'm president of the Northern Arts and Cultural Center in Yellowknife, and I absolutely adore and love seeing art and art happen in all of our spaces and being able to advocate for interesting and new ways for us to be able to think about creative ways to share our art. What else do I do? I also work as a consultant, and so I spend time with different organizations working on strategic plans, on communications, and things about organizational design and ways to engage creatively and building partnerships. And oh yeah, and I hang out with you guys working on music ideas and projects and, you know, just being a creative. And I'm a mom. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm a mom. Yeah.
So you hear that, young ladies? If you can see her, you can be her. You can go out. You can get that education. You can do anything you put your mind to. You know.
You know, and I'm going to say thank you very much for allowing that to remind me of, you know, all the things that I do, because I often forget. You get so busy with your head down, working on the, you know, your eye on the prize, that you forget that you actually, you know, have a life and a personality and a person. And the pandemic was a real eye opener, because it helped me see how important it is to maintain those connections. And it was one of the things that I loved to do, was to throw festivals and parties and be able to see people enjoy, you know, live music, art, entertainment, and thinking about what to do now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do we continue to inspire and create space for all these artistic initiatives?
Well, that's amazing. You know, I really like that idea, Trent, about, you know, if you can see her, you can be her. And it's, you know, you putting out a video like that, you know, there's a lot of young people that will watch that and get inspired to, you know, sing and write and create and whatever that art means. You know, it's not just, I guess, singing and the music part, but, you know, there's so many ways of expressing our art, and, you know, taking those moments of pain in our life, you know, those moments of loss, and creating something out of it. And sometimes it comes into something beautiful that other people can relate to, you know. And that's what I love about the arts. And, you know, and to add the education in there, with everything, you know, that's amazing to see, you know, that you've done all that. I'm even learning here on the podcast today, so that's awesome.
Well, thank you so much. You know, I only went as far as grade 8 in high school or school. You know, those were not situations where I felt comfortable or where I could excel at that time in my life. And now that, you know, I've returned to school as, you know, I'm a mature student. It's like, you know, you get an opportunity to do it your way, because now you understand your mind, you understand what you like, you know who you are, and you're able to be grounded inside of, you know, your own principles and values and carry that forward. Whereas, you know, sometimes maybe if you were younger, your mind would have been more malleable and you would have been thinking about, you know, a different thought pattern other than what you've lived through your life experience, and allowing that to help you carry your work forward, right? Really participating in our own communities and our own experiences.
Well, that's amazing, for sure, for sure. So what's the so you're going to be going for your doctors, you say, and are you going to be doing this here in Edmonton, or what's your plans with that?
My hope is that I'll be here in Edmonton to continue my studies. I've really started to build a community here, and it's taken a few years to adjust from being a northern girl to being a city girl with a big hat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that, you know, being here allows me not only to network and create and develop different types of partnerships, but it also gives me access to libraries and people that I may not have an opportunity to work with as my studies change. And also, you know, my need to create art changes as well, because that's very much a part of the study that I'll be pursuing you know, all of the ways that we engage and work with other people, the ways that we communicate, and the ways that we tell our stories. You know, there's an art to being a professional visitor, as Cindy Gudis says, and I think that you know, being able to think ourselves through problems as artists is one of our greatest gifts, and we have this ability to channel all these emotions that people are feeling, and then they come and join us and hear our songs, and they're like, yeah, that's the one that totally healed my heart, that's the one that fixed me and got me set up for the day. So I'm really thankful that I have a wealth of amazing friends to learn from and grow from. And, you know, we always get to learn and change and develop new skills as we keep walking this path of exploration. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things go in the next coming weeks, months. But I'm back and I'm ready to play. So let's play.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice.
So
Well, I hope to see more shows booked for all of us. I'll let Trent get to this next one. I've been blabbing here.
every time I try to say something, Kurt's like, well, no.
It's
all
okay.
Good, dude. It's all good. I was just thinking as she was talking about it, the level of achievement you've gotten to now. When you first came here to school, it wasn't you. I remember you struggled.
Oh,
So
yeah.
is there any advice you can give younger people or older students going back that are thinking about going back to school? How do you have any tips on how to be successful in your first semester of university?
You know, really the biggest tips I can give about being successful in starting your studies at any age is one, open up the book and you open up the syllabus and write down in the very front page of your notebook the due dates and the grade amount for all of your assignments. And a rule of thumb is that for every hour of class that you have, it's 3 hours of study time. And so you should be planning your days like a regular job, 9 to 5, because success takes practice. I grew up playing in a bar since I was 12 years old. And so, you know, I went to school during the day and sang at night. And I had no study skills. I had no practical capabilities of being a student. And I really struggled. I thought I was going to fail. I thought, you know, the world was going to come to an end. And I really had to pull up my bootstraps. So in order to do that, I got organized. I also made sure that I set a regular schedule. Like school is, I'm being sponsored to go to school. This is my focus, and this is what I got to do. I got to buckle down, and it's real hard to say no to your friends, especially when they got the most deadliest things in the world going on. But we can't always attend to everything, right? We've got to attend to ourselves, and if we don't take care of ourselves, we never get out of it and create change. So I say, you know, open up that syllabus and crack it open and learn to understand what those are. Learn to map out your assignments so that you can see the frame and the questions. You know, at the beginning of the syllabus package, you know, and that's the course outline. There's going to be like key things that you're supposed to learn, like key goals that you're supposed to learn. Write those down and put them at the center of your book, right where you're going to put your assignment grades, because it helps you focus and direct the chapters and the way that you're going to do your reading. For some people, like I'm not a big reader, and so I use apps on my phone or tablet or computer to read to me. I also record a lot of what I am about to write, and then I play it back so that it helps me listen and practice what I'm going to say. But, you know, really it comes down to planning your time and keeping your stuff together, because, you know, if you write down what you're going to do and you create that plan and you get satisfaction of checking off the to-do list, 100% you're going to be successful. And I believe in you. And if you have any questions or, you know, you need some moral support, reach out to me. I'm always around online somewhere.
No, that's some good advice, especially for people who are, you know, thinking about going back. And, you know, I guess it goes to the point you can go back at any age, right? You can get your education at any age, because a lot of people think, well, you know, why am I going to go back? I'm in my late 30s or early 40s or whatever. And you know, I think it goes to show that you can do that. You know.
Well, don't make me sound like I'm 9 million years old. Holy smokes!
Well, it's an inspiration. It's an inspiration for somebody that's, you know,
I'm just
that's,
teasing you. I'm just
yeah,
teasing you. But it's true, you know. I went back to school and I feel like I really became aware of who I am and what I'm learning to do, what I do. Because I did a lot of things. I developed a lot of different skills in a lot of different areas. So I know a little bit about a lot of things, but I never knew what I wanted to do or what I was good at. And now I'm finally developing what that conversation is like and with myself, right? So that I can tell other people about my special and unique skills as an artist, as a communicator, as a connector, as an engager. And somebody wants to see joy back at our home fires.
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And Chelsea says hello, everybody, and apologizes, but her internet is down. She's tried multiple times to get on, and she can't. She just texted me. So.
Oh, hi, Chelsea. I miss you.
And I do want to actually send a happy birthday out to Chelsea because it was her birthday on the same day as my birthday, March 13th.
Look at that. Well, let's sing
What?
happy birthday.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
Birthday. You're going to sing happy birthday where you're walking?
Down straight.
Okay,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chelsea and Trent. Happy birthday to you.
Sweet.
There you go. People were probably asking, "Are you going to sing, Leanne?" So there you go.
You got a light show even.
Yeah. Did you want to, like, I made an attempt to explain these texts that you sent me. Do you want to do a brief breakdown of the video and I'm looking forward to the Trapper Radio series?
Sure. So the Northern Arts and Cultural Center in Yellowknife decided or worked out a plan to be able to help artists share and express their experiences during the pandemic and finding creative ways to share their music and their story. And so Marie Coder, who's the executive director, worked with the Western Arctic Motion Pictures group, and they got together and rounded up a group of artists and put together these story packages. Excuse me. So in these digital stories, there are, like Trent had mentioned, there's about 20 artists inside of those stories. And so there's digital videos with poetry, hip hop, rock, folk. And you'll hear from Leela Gilday, you'll hear from Jay Gilday, Crook the Kid, Wesley Hardesty, Pat Braden, just to name a few. So please go onto the Northern Arts and Cultural Center website, check out Trapper Radio, and join us live for our video. I'd love to see you all.
When is that happening?
So it's online now, so you can go online, and it's a virtual show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you do the virtual show. You can click the ticket price. If you connect with me, I might be able to hook you up. But hey, but as somebody who really appreciates the arts, it's really important that we share these films, and so that we see our Northern artists in their best light in their home communities, presenting, the things that they've been passionately working on during the pandemic. And it's been a tough time for us all, so it's time to get back to work.
No doubt. I think it caused a lot of us to change our ways on, how we present art and how we, how you present it without a crowd, and doing things like this, podcasts, and, getting together in a different way. So, it brings out the best creativity, I think, for all of us artists.
It's totally true. And, we have to be versatile, to be able to make moves. I had some things I had to get done. And so this podcast was on. And so you walked with me, and I got all of my items complete. And this is how we're rolling in the pandemic now, right? There's no excuses for not being able to connect.
Exactly.
That's true. And I do want to send a shout out to Leanne, because the original podcast idea that I had, I developed with her. We ran into some of the pandemic situations where we couldn't finish up what we were doing that well. So it kind of morphed into this podcast. That's when I approached you and Chelsea and asked you guys if you wanted to do something like this. And I owe a lot of the groundwork that I did and what's the word I'm looking for? Consultation from Leanne, where we got today.
Oh, well, thank you very much for recognizing the work. And, you have a really great idea and a really great platform to be able to, just talk with people. That's what we need. We need people just to visit, be that professional visitor and talk.
For sure. Tea and Bannock style.
Hey. We're keto.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Tea and something.
Berries.
Yeah, berries. Well, you're
berry
back.
Picker.
You're back at your vehicle. Do you want us to let you go, or are you good to
I
go?
do.
Okay. Well, you have a great evening. Thank you so much for spending time with us and sharing your video with everybody out there in Facebook land or wherever we're streaming live to tonight.
Well, I just want to say thanks so much, Trent. Thanks so much, Kurt, for having me on. Hugs to Chelsea over at home. Congratulations on your new album launch, Trent. Always exciting to see, people who work really hard on their projects and see them come to light. So, and looking forward to that new work, Kurt. Kurt's got a new video coming out soon, and so I'm really excited for everybody and the path forward.
That's right. We're all doing new things, new things with film and arts and, and also we look forward to hearing some new release and music and stuff. We'll keep a watch out for Leanne. She's got some things on the move as well.
Yeah. Oh, we lost your audio. So we're going to say goodbye to you because you have no more audio, Leanne. Bye. She doesn't realize her audio's gone, but I pulled her out of there.
Well, no, that's cool. I know, Chelsea and Leanne were talking about doing an all women's day or podcast with this platform here. So look out for that as well, ladies and gentlemen that are listening here as well. I don't know what the plan is with that, but that would be cool as well.
And Chelsea just wanted me to let everybody know that she's a hot mess and her internet's down and she's having trouble with Amy, so she can't make it this week. She apologizes and she's like, I really tried, but it just didn't work for me. So we're all understanding. I hope everybody out there is understanding as well. So Kurt, well, why don't you sing us a song since we still got a few minutes here in this live stream. Let's play some music until the end of the thing, because, well, actually, we haven't seen each other for a while, so we could talk too. But
yeah, no, I'm down. I'm a cover guy today.
Oh, under the covers.
All alone, it was a fever, a cold sweat, hard-headed believer. Threw my hands in the air, said, show me something. Said, if you dare, come a little closer. Yeah. Round and around and around and around we go, yeah. Whoa, now tell me now, you know. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without it. It takes me all the way. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Not much of a life you're living. It's not just something you take, it's giving. Around and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, you know. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without it. It takes me all the way. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Yeah. The reason I hold on. Whoa, I need this hold on. Funny you're the broken one, but I'm the only one who needed saving. It's hard to see the light when we don't know which one of us is keeping. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without it. It takes me all the way. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Yeah.
Oh, shit, I thought you were going to go into a reggae version at the end there.
Sometimes I do. You never know.
Yeah, that's
They'll be like, that's not even the song. What did you just play?
Funny. You know what I think I'm going to do now? Since I learned how to share things on this thing, I'm going to share one of the songs from my album that isn't released. So it's like a sneak peek. People can listen to it. You're not going to hear it anywhere. It's not going to be released until May 1st. So whoever's on here listening are the only people that are going to hear it. So let's see if I can make it happen.
Do that. After that, we should play Too Deadly for Me as well.
Okay, I'll do that too. So let me get into this real quick.
What's this song called?
Kokum Stories.
Nice.
So I've just got to get into it here and press play, and then hopefully you guys will hear it.
Sound waves.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Well, I used to see my mother doing a lot of bead work, and my dad used to dance powwow, and she had to make all those things, like, you see lots of beads on the shirts and or their mugs and or on their pants, like that. She had to do all that.
I remember Kokum stories and all the time she spent with me. The smell of panic in the oven, the kettle whistling for her tea. But I've been talked for hours, I'd hang on every word. I remember Kokum stories, how they shaped my world. I I was only 10 years old. Coca moved to town. I'm never going back to school. They were college bound. Every day at lunchtime, most days after school, she took me to a simpler time. With stories from her youth. The window to the past. She made me proud of who I am. This world gets moving fast. My mind gets back again. All the strength I need, it's in a memory. I remember Kokum's story.
That's how my grandmother used to call them.
I remember Kokum's story.
We mostly talk so to our home, you know.
I remember Kokum's story.
Next time you have everything written on a piece of paper what you want to ask me. So you could memorize it.
Okay.
Nice. That sounds really good, man.
Yeah, and everybody should know that you did the hand drum in this recording.
Cook 'em stories. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And that so that recording there, you actually, that was a real recording that you did with your Cook 'em, right?
Yeah, it was a video recording that I did back when I was 28 years old for a Youth Services Canada project that I was involved in called Aboriginal Youth in Television. And what we did was we filmed elders way back in the early 90s from the Musqueam area and also the Red Deer area, some urban elders there. And Mike Oakham was one of the people that we interviewed. So what I did is I ripped the audio from that original tape and I spliced it and I added it to the song. Yeah, I did record this song a few years ago. This is a new version of it. This is completely acoustic. There's some mandolin and banjo and acoustic guitar on there, and that's all Ian Rossiter. I'm playing the acoustic bass on it. Chris Leslie is playing the fiddle. Theo Waskahat is the traditional singer. Yeah, I think that's everybody that contributed to that. But it's an important song for me. Like she's a very, very big influence in my life for sure.
Yeah, I think it's, that's why, every time I start a performance or anything like that, I always send out, that song, that beginning song to our elders, to the abundance that Mother Earth gives us. Because, without our elders' survival, without our cookums and our mushums, none of us would be here. That's for sure. So, yeah, it's good that you captured that. And, I wasn't lucky enough to capture my cookum or my mushum at the time. They both passed away when I was younger. My cookum was still alive when I was about 16, 15 years old. So she lasted up until then. But my mushum passed away when I was about 3 or 4. So, it would have been so cool to have some video of them, talking and telling us about their childhood. I think that would have been just amazing to have. So it's important to do that.
It's I never met my mushum either. He passed away before I was born. So I've only seen a few pictures of him because we have to remember, like back in the 50s and 40s and whatever 30s, like Indigenous people didn't really have money to own cameras. So there's not a lot of pictures of us out there. You know what I mean? Like photos and stuff like that. And I think I've only seen maybe 3 pictures of my mushum in my life. So it's like, where do you go? Like, that's why what you did with your mom and dad is so important, is like documenting your story. documenting your story for your kids and for their kids. I mean, it's so important for us to just to do that, just to preserve our family histories like that. Sorry, I was reading some messages on the chat and trying to articulate what I was saying as well too. But,
no, it's really like, because even with myself getting my father and his interview, he passed away not long after that. So it was like literally like 5 or 6 months after I got his interview that he passed away. And if I didn't do that, I would never have gotten his story, with his words and, their laughter and their gestures and the way they move and stuff. And, because having it and, as writing in a book is nice, but to actually have their personality, the sound of their voice and, that type of stuff on video is worth gold after they pass, for sure.
I just found on YouTube, I do actually have the video of that interview that I took the clips off of for my grandmother. If you guys want to see like a few seconds here, I'll just add it to the stream and you can check it out.
That's a good idea for sure.
Let me see here. Share. I got to remember how I'm doing this here. I just found it while I was reading things. Sorry.
And everybody has an iPhone. That's what I encourage people, or some sort of phone. So you don't need a big production to do it.
Yeah. So see the graphics we did back in the mid 90s? This is the project that I was involved in. And we videotaped on real video.
Let's come here, Grandma.
Yeah,
To
okay.
talk to you. Okay, I guess we can start. Where were you born?
In
This is-
Saturday, right there,
Okay, where's that?
around Ghost Lake,
Oh, in Saskatchewan.
Now there's no lake there, it's all dried up.
Oh, that's why it's a ghost lake. When were you born?
On May the 22nd, 1911.
1911. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your family? Like, say your dad, what did he do?
Yeah.
What did he do during his life? Like, what did he do for a living or whatever?
Oh, well, he was running for a while and these go for races and all that, He was a champion runner,
Yeah.
That's what he did for a long time, When he first got married, for about maybe, I don't know how old I was when he quit. Maybe I was about 4 years old or so when he quit running. Then he started farming.
Yeah.
He had a little farm and he started farming.
What are some of the places that he went?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a taste for you guys. I'll put the link of that. If anybody's interested and they want to check out my Kokum, I mean, she's got some good stories on there.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. And with the documentary that I did, that's exactly how it is you just set up your camera, ask them questions, and let it roll the way it is. And it's just amazing the stories that come out of it, the old people, for sure.
Mid-20s, and I was honing my interview skills for this.
Yeah, I said, geez, Trent didn't have any bass in his voice at that time.
Did you hear that? Yeah, that was it. I think I might have been 24 or 25, but yeah, holy cow. That's a long time ago. Yeah.
Jeez, eh?
Wow. So what do you want to do to end this show? We got about a minute left.
Let's end it off with Too Deadly for Me. Send it out to the people. She's Too Deadly for Me. Miji.
That's right. Hang
Put
on.
the link in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Big hello to Chelsea. She'll be back next week. And big thank you to Leanne Goose for all her inspiration and awesome stuff she does.
And replace them with good.
Dance, everybody, dance.
I'm going to share it. Give me a second.
Got a full-time job in the SUV.
Too deadly.
She's too deadly for me. I met her at a market. She was selling beads. Table was too busy and she never noticed me. I put on a deadly shirt. It matched her ribbon skirt. It didn't take long till she was into me. She's too deadly for me. Got bills paid off and a bachelor's degree. She's too deadly for me.
That's Russell Shot on the guitar.
Yeah, Rust Man.
She's too deadly for me. Got a brand new house and a master's degree. She's too deadly for me. Dependability, that's right, is what she wants in me. No, I need. No matter how I try, you let me down every time. I'm working on myself, and it's bound to take some time. Maybe we can both agree she's too deadly for me. She's too deadly for me. Got one more year for her PhD. She's too deadly for me. Yeah, she's too deadly for me.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, have a good week. See you next week.
See you guys
Like
later. Have a good one.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I needed an online store